On the morning of August 27th, 2012, I woke up, much like any other morning, in my giant supercalifragilistic king-size bed filled with naked hula girls feeding me grapes. Went into the gigantic office in my 12,000-foot mansion, called my broker and checked on my offshore account. Stocks are up. It was a good day. Shortly thereafter, the Hawks flew me on his private helicopter to Italy for a breakfast that I'll never forget. Flew me back on his Lear jet, and then I woke up. And I was like, fuck! Brand new shiny crew member right here, Mr. Norman Miller. We're watching you watch us watch you back. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys doing today? Good, good, good. That's excellent to hear. Yeah, no, I know. I completely agree. Yeah, sure, anytime. Today we're riding with a brand new crew member, Mr. Norman Miller. You might meet him later in this video. I don't know how this video is going to go. It's going to be a story time video, so we'll see. We'll see how it pans out, alright? Don't hold me to it. If not, you'll see him again. I know you guys already miss him, but it is what it is right now. So then I got out of bed and checked my email. And while I was checking my email, I was like, gosh, I'm starving. Strangely hungry today. Hungrier than I think I've ever been in my entire life. Must eat food. And it's approximately 10 a.m. at this point in time and space. And I'm just famished for some odd reason. Can't not eat. Norman Miller! Norman Miller! Paging Mr. Norman Miller that away. If at any time during the course of this video I stop my story, just hang tight. I'll be back. Mr. Norman Miller, everyone. Alright, so, wait, first things first. Norman Miller, I think we're dropping it, right? We're going Miller time, is it official?
Miller time's official.
Oh! Miller! Miller time it is. This is first or second time off-road with this bike. This is Seth's old bike. And I'm just going to explain what we're doing right here. And then explain to you guys that I'm going to explain that so it makes more sense, you know? So while I'm explaining, you're not like, oh my gosh, what's he explaining? And then Norman's like, who's he explaining that to? Ah! And then the world blows up and we all implode into a tiny little... Going up this trail here, we're going to take a right. And it's kind of a tight little goat trail. It's kind of like a momentum thing. We're going to do a little S-turn. And we're going to be heading up towards that pine forest there. And you're going to kind of want to just stay to the right once you get around this little goat trail. You'll kind of see the way. There's a big rut on the left. Stay outside of the rut if possible. And then, yeah, just follow it up. And our B point is going to be the base of those pine trees. All right, Miller time, I'll follow you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I promise. We'll get back to the story about the time I was arrested and Mr. Mendo was burrowed in a Viet Cong tunnel.
I crawled out of the pig tunnel and found the EMI ditch, and then I hid under the bridge, like in like a drainage tube, and hid in the drainage tube for like 2 or 3 hours.
Oh my gosh! At this point, I was in prison right now.
Yeah, you were totally in jail.
I just gotta make sure Mr. Norman Miller is Miller time. Gotta make sure Miller time is all right here. Yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, sweet. Sweet deal. You remember how freaking terrifying it is your first or second time off-road. Like, I remember when I came up this thing, I was just shirting brooks, dard. Oh, he's really doing well. Thankfully, it's a dry day because when it's wet, you absolutely cannot stop on this hill. Okay, so where was I with the story? Oh, right. I'm starving. hungrier than I've ever been in my entire life, just famished. Yet I continue to hang out on the computer all day long. Yeah? How was that? That feel pretty good? Yeah. That was excellent. Right on, rocking and a rolling. What's up, Mr. Mike? Alright, so there I am. Ooh, look at this log pile. Ooh, freaking WR suspension did not like that. Even with the Go Race action, that thing just bottomed out hard. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna wait for Miller time here because he's the star of the show today. This show is brought to you by me being arrested and Norman Miller on Homegrown's old KX 250. Keeping it in the family, ladies and gentlemen. Oh crap. Dude, look at Norman. Mr. Norman Miller, freaking rocking it. First day in this type of terrain. Well done, you Pontiac. Okay, so sitting at the computer. Woo! Sitting at the computer, starving my ass off. And finally, it's like 3 or 4 p.m. I had absolutely no food in the house at all. And I'm like, oh my gosh, freaking Fatburger just opened up country. Like, we don't have any Fatburger here on Maui. And although I don't regularly eat that kind of food, I was so jonesing for it. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna devour some Fatburger right now. It's gonna be the best thing ever. Starving, right? So I call Mr. Mendo. I was like, dude, Mr. Mendo, what's up, dog? How's it hanging? And he's like, yo, Kalani, what's up, my boy? And I'm like, holler at your boy, yo. And he's like, I am hollering at you. And I'm like, holler louder, motherfucker. And he's like, what's up, my boy? And I'm like, yeah, let's get some Fatburger. Woo! Fatburger, baby. I'm like thinking of eating the super Fatburger. You know the one you get a picture on the wall if you can finish it? It's like 18 pounds of Fatburgerness. So excited. I'm deathly excited. Just, oh, I could taste it. So I meet Mr. Mendo in Makawao. At this point in time, we're about 3 miles away from Fatburger. And at the time, Mr. Mendo is riding his dirt bike, straight up dirt bike, on the roads here. Well, allegedly he was. I plead the fifth. So, oh my gosh, frickin' rootness madness. So he's riding his dirt bike on the street, and he'd ride it all over Maui, allegedly. And, you know, just without a care in the world, just Mendo style. And we'd always be like, how the hell do you not get pulled over? Like, he would ride the thing through, you know, a busy Kahului town and just everywhere you'd ride a street legal bike. So he's on his freaking dirt bike, and we are heading to Fatburger, and we're about a half a mile away. And this cop passes us in the opposite lane, and he just does the biggest, fattest whomp head check. We're like, oh my gosh, Chris just starts freaking out, and I'm freaking out for him, right? So we get up to the light, and the guy's he's already in the process of turning around. We're like, oh my gosh, what do we do? And whoa, got it? Straight to the top. Like, what do we do? And I'm like, all right, Chris, just go in front of me. I'll freaking flank him. When the light turns green, just go. Just ride like you stole it, baby. He's like, all right. So the light turns green. Oh no, the cop comes up, and he's in his car. He's like yelling out his window, pull that bike over, just yelling at Chris. And I'm like kind of flanking him, right? He can't really get that close to Chris because I'm in between him and Chris. He's like, pull it over, because like, okay. Light turns green. I just sit there for a second. Chris just takes off, and I immediately turn into the gas station to my immediate right. And I was like, whatever, he's gonna follow me in, no worries. You know, what's he gonna bust me for? Frickin' being totally legal? Eco mode, baby. Okay, so where was I in the story? Okay, yeah, right. I get pulled over. There isn't much more to the story on this side, on my end. Basically, get pulled over. I ask him why he pulled me over. He says because of my loud exhaust, whatever. And he's like, who's your buddy? Who's your buddy? I was like, I don't know that guy. He's like, yeah, right, who's your buddy? Tell me. This guy was like, okay, to briefly summarize this police officer, you know, bless his heart, he's just doing his job, but to briefly summarize him, he was petitioned off Maui's neighbor island called Lanai. He was petitioned off because he frickin' gave an 8-year-old girl a ticket for not wearing her helmet at her birthday party on her new bicycle. This is how hardcore this guy was. So little did I know that when I stopped, it was frickin' over for me. He was just gonna hammer me hard. Please hold. What, Mr. Mike? What? Eco mode, baby. I'm on you, Mike. Okay, so yeah, pulls me over. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, pulls me over. Who's your buddy? Who's your buddy? I'm like, I don't know the guy. I don't know him. He's like, yeah, right. Who's your buddy? Tell me now. He was like so insistent. I was like, I don't know. It's just some guy. I just pulled up next to him and I was like, hey, nice bike, bro, and took off when the light turned green. Oh my gosh, eco mode is kicking my arse right now. Thighs are burning on fire. Mr. Mike is freaking in the lead. I can't catch up to him. Okay, I gotta catch up to Mr. Mike. That's my only goal in life right now. Go, Athena, go! So I'm... Holy shit. Oh no. Hold on, this is freaking scary. Mike, you bastard! Oh my gosh. Hold on, must stop. Can't ride, can't do anything, can't think, must ride into ferns and die. Ugh. License and registration, please, is what Mr. Officer says to me as I pull out my documentation. No worries, it's all good, I'm all legal, whatever. Long story into a short story. I ended up being in the wrong in the end. After he gave me frickin' 3 tickets, one for my loud exhaust, one for my mirrors. He's like, this bike doesn't have mirrors. And I was like, yeah, it does. Let me show you. I go to reach for it and he frickin' grabs my hand. He's like, no, you can't illustrate how the functionality of the mirrors work, blah, blah, blah. I was like, whoa there. Okay, police officer from frickin' the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where you're freaking made out of a mimetic polyalloy. Hardcore, dude. And after he gives me the 3 freaking tickets, dude, I'm like, okay, 3 tickets. I'm so hungry, so freaking ridiculously famished. It's like, whatever, just give me the tickets and let me get out of here. Get the freaking tickets, and then he's like, put your hands behind your back. Wait. Where's Miller time? Oh, there he is. Okay, so Mr. Police Officer, put your hands behind your back. I'm like, what? Why am I being arrested? Blah, blah, blah. I tried to argue it, but I mean, after Googling this guy, it was a futile attempt. There was no frickin' getting out of anything with this guy. Anyways, frickin' throws me in the car, takes me to the station, totally books me and does the whole 9 yards, fingerprints, and, you know, oh shit, I almost just went down that little cliff. And then, like, the other cop that's there, he starts talking to me. He's like, he's kind of, the other guy was kind of in shock that I was even there. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you guys want to hear Mendo's version of what happens, I'll put a link in this video, an annotation. and he tells the story of what happened after he goes through the light. If there isn't an annotation at the end right now, I haven't finished the video yet, so check back on it, or later I'll have a video called Mendo in a Viet Cong tunnel or something like that. Alright guys, peace out. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Coconut trees. And this one, look, it goes in a bunch of different languages. They definitely don't have